Since the year 2022, prominent, well-known, legendary politician Raila Odinga has gained very, very many supporters. Very, very many Kenyans are rooting for Raila. And of course, it has not always been like that. And many of these people analyzing Raila moves right now do not know Raila's history. They have no idea what Raila has done in the past and what he has achieved politically. And very important, how he has achieved what he has achieved politically. And I'm afraid this includes respected analysts, younger Kenyans, covering politics for our mainstream media, and writing articles, getting involved in interviews on mainstream media that reach millions of Kenyans, and therefore they shape opinion. And the opinion of many new supporters of Raila Odinga right now is that he has made the wrong move. Accepting this AU job that he's going for. Elections are due to be held in January 2025. Accepting this is Raila selling us out. That is how these analysts are looking at it. There are even others who are saying this is a very good thing for Raila. It is time for him to rest. It is time for Kenyans to sort themselves out without Raila. They have used Raila selfishly enough. That's what some Kenyans are saying. However, on my show today, I would like to take you back to a time when Raila made a very similar decision. Kenyans were livid about that decision. But that particular story ended in a very instructive way, which in my opinion will educate us as to what may be happening with Raila and what his strategy may be as he comes in front of cameras and tells us he is campaigning very hard for the AU job. Of course, conveniently not talking anything about the current crisis we have in Kenya, about the current pain amongst Kenyans. Anyway, let me tell this story. Super fascinating, interesting story. If you have popcorn or coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is, sit back and relax and enjoy this amazing story. The year was 1997, and Kenyans had come out of another election where Moi had won once again, mercifully to serve his last term. But Moi had won. And in that 1997 general election, Raila had been a presidential candidate. And indeed, that is the only presidential election that Raila has ever lost. He came in third after Mwai Kibaki with his party called NDP, National Development Party. Super fascinating. In the immediate previous presidential election, Raila's dad, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, had run under the Ford Kenya ticket. And Raila had been part of that campaign team of Ford Kenya. And the presidential candidate then in 1992, legendary Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Kenya's very first vice president in 1963. Now after these 1997 elections, where Raila came in third, Raila made a decision that shocked Kenyans. Raila made a decision that disgusted Kenyans. Sounds familiar? Of course! That is precisely what is happening currently with this AU job manenos. What did Raila do? He merged his NDP party with KANU, or rather, KANU swallowed Raila Odinga's NDP, yeah, and the new party was called New KANU. Okay, and it was this new KANU that was being prepared for the 2002 crucial presidential elections, which was Moi's succession plan. Okay, and I believe even then some Kenyans avoided television, yeah, because they could see Raila there all the time as the Secretary General of the hated enemy of the people, KANU party. Yeah, Raila Odinga was the Secretary General. There were rumors that Raila Odinga had been offered, yeah, the presidency by Moi. Rumors, of course, which were never confirmed. However, there were many people in KANU who were very uncomfortable with this latest move. People like Kalonzo Musyoka, who had been in KANU for decades. Now Raila just came barging in, and pop, he was Kalonzo's boss in KANU because he was the powerful Secretary General of KANU. However, as Kenyans were still very mad at Raila, and as the 2002 general elections rapidly approached, something happened within the new KANU. Raila led a rebellion bang inside KANU, yeah, and left the party with many KANU bigwigs to form the LDP party. Raila left KANU with some big names which younger Kenyans can still recognize today, like Professor George Saitoti, Kalonzo Musyoka, Moody Awori, etc., etc. Now, very instructively, this happened, this rebellion, immediately after Moi made it official that his preferred successor, to be the KANU candidate for the presidential race in 2002, was one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. A rookie in politics in those days. A young man with very little elective politics experience. And so those who were pushing the rumor that Raila had been promised the presidency by Moi could now come forward and say, you see, I told you, this is evidence. Raila has left because Moi reneged on his promise to make him his successor. Okay? But in my opinion, what matters most is what happened next. At this juncture in Kenyan political history, the opposition was led by one Mwai Kibaki, who had already formed a coalition in preparation for the 2002 presidential elections and general elections, and had joined up with a man called Michael Kijana Wamalwa, Charity Kaluki Ngilu, both of them previous presidential candidates. And Raila made his move and merged LDP with Mwai Kibaki's NAK, NAK. I believe that stood for National Alliance of Kenya. And of course the rest is history. That is the vehicle, this new coalition, NDP and NAK, to form the National Rainbow Coalition. That is the vehicle that removed KANU from power for the first time since independence, and defeated Moi's candidate, or Moi's project, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, in those elections. Now, if you're yet to see what I'm driving at, let me spell it out. Beware! Be very frightened, be very scared when Raila Odinga joins up with the enemy of the people. When Raila seems to have joined with powerful forces, because history tells us that in the past it has not ended the way people have expected. It is Raila who is credited with bringing down mighty, powerful, invincible KANU. And many politicians at the time put it as follows. KANU the cockerel swallowed the tractor. Yeah, the tractor was the symbol of the NDP party, Raila's NDP. But after the cockerel swallowed the tractor, somebody forgot to switch off the engine of the tractor, and the tractor continued grinding inside the tummy of the cockerel. And you know what is bound to happen when something keeps on grinding inside your tummy, like a tractor. Raila Odinga's NDP ate up the whole insides of the cockerel, and the cockerel KANU fell down dead and has never risen again, and will probably never rise up again as a political force in the country called Kenya. Beware, because history has a funny, consistent, persistent way of constantly repeating itself. Please allow me to leave it there. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.